You and I both know the mirror doesn't lie. It doesn't care about titles, followers, or rehearsed posture. It holds the unfiltered man and waits. Tonight I'm speaking to that man alone. No crowd, no chorus, only a raw, private reckoning. You confuse strength with image. You equated hardness with courage and silence with control. Yet beneath the practiced calm, a tremor runs. Quiet is fear pretending to be iron. The costume of strength has grown heavy and false on your shoulders. You told yourself faith meant not feeling. You named numbness steadiness, filed away your edges until you couldn't wound anything. But true faith wakes a man, hands him weight and says carry this with honor. Accept burden as vocation, not escape. The world trained you to perform, to sanitize your voice, to curate pain and flex on the surface while collapsing in private. It taught outsourcing backbone and leasing convictions. And now two lives live inside you, a public actor and a private ghost. I know that split because I wore it. I entered rooms as the loudest ghost, present but not alive, blaming seasons and systems until excuses ran out. And then I faced the word I dodged. Responsibility, the simplest, hardest demand a man must accept. Authentic masculinity rejects domination and theater. It is responsibility embraced without applause, leadership answering to truth before seeking followers, service that costs and asks nothing in return, the quiet architecture of honor that shapes decisions and steadies hands in storms. Truth orders a man. It gives him a spine politics, trends, and temptation cannot bend. It dictates what to protect and what to cut. And without truth, discipline is vanity, leadership is theater, and strength becomes only noise, hollow and brittle. You have anger, good. I'm not here to drain it. I aim it, to rage against passivity that silenced you when you should have spoken. Rage against lazy balance that masks compromise. Rage at comfort pretending to be reward for surviving. Channel the fury into focus. Turn shame into structure. Build boundaries, keep vows, speak few words and make each one true. Lift weight that belongs to you, your character, your house, your work, your brothers, your future. Because refusal to bear it costs others dearly. You want clarity, take ownership. You want peace, tell the truth. You want power, obey when no one watches. Holy ground is not a stage but daily discipline stacked like stones that will not move, the slow accumulation of tiny steadfast acts. Modern expectations softened you, taught you to be agreeable and indefinite. But a man without definition can protect nothing, not even himself. Draw hard lines, define whom and what you serve, and refuse to trade your boundaries for momentary comfort or social applause. Leadership begins at home. If your words travel farther than your character, you become a threat to those near you. If your schedule owns you, you cannot lead. If appetite rules you, you cannot command. Order yourself, and your presence will begin to order your world. Service is not servitude. It is voluntary sacrifice with eyes open, choosing the cross that belongs to you before it is nailed, washing feet when unseen, being useful rather than impressive, because usefulness carries weight and lasts beyond praise and applause. I'm not offering hype. I'm offering a line. On one side drift, opinions, soft practice, a calendar of avoidance. On the other weight. Disciplined mornings, guarded eyes, sharpened speech, hands that build what they bless. Choose like a man, choose weight. You say you're tired. Good. Let fatigue stop the performance. Halt the scroll of borrowed convictions and polite lies that keep you moving without change. Let the ache push you into truth, because tiredness is useful only when it forces a turn toward what's real. You were designed for hard ground, for storms and siege, to bear responsibility that makes boys quit. Yet you traded your edge for comfort, and that theft explains the alarm your soul keeps sounding. Now is the time to stop being soft and reclaim the call. Stand still, shoulders back, jaw relaxed. Breathe through the nose until panic eases and you can hear the difference between fear and conviction. Let conviction speak without interruption. Let it order your steps and move when it orders you, not when feelings dictate. We stop here on purpose. Hold the tension, keep posture, set your face like flint and step across the line with me. The next breath is not talk but prayer, the first act of rebuilding, and together we move into it without delay. Now let's pray. Father, I stand before you stripped of the masks. No excuses, no performance. My chest is bare. My hands are open. I confess the truth. I have been passive. I have been proud. I have hidden my anger until it rotted inside me completely. I renounce apathy. I renounce pride. I renounce hidden violence, the quiet contempt, the silent neglect, the hard edges of selfishness that have wounded those I should have guarded. I lay them down at your feet. I refuse to carry them one step further now. Forgive me. Forgive the places I've led without love. Forgive the places I've spoken without truth. Forgive the places I've been silent when action was required. Wash my hands, steady my heart, anchor me in what is clean and lasting every day. I forgive my father. I forgive my brothers. I forgive myself. Every wound that shaped me into hardness I hand to you. Every scar I used as an excuse I surrender. Let the bitterness die here. Let the cycle end here permanently. Give me courage to lead, not for applause, not for control, but to serve. Give me wisdom to decide, not for ease, not for my comfort, but for what is right. Give me discipline to stay steady when my feelings fade away. I place my strength under your authority. It is not mine to wield recklessly. It is not mine to build an empire. It is mine to guard what you've given. It is mine to protect, not destroy. To build, not consume at all. I place my home under my care. No more absent leadership. No more leaving doors unguarded. Make me the wall at its edge. Make me the one who stands when storms press against it. Make me the anchor in its nights and days. Channel my anger into protection, not destruction. Let it burn hot enough to defend the weak but never to harm them. Let it rise steady, not wild. Let it be a force of courage, not a tool of shame or pain. Break my dual heart, the part that prays but does not act, the part that acts but does not pray. Make it one, whole, aligned, ready. Make my inner life match my outer life. Make my words match my hands daily. I will not hide behind feelings. I will not wait for certainty. I will not drift behind excuses. I step into responsibility. I step into leadership, not as a title but as a charge, not as a crown but as a cross for me. Father, mark me with truth. Mark my speech. Mark my eyes. Mark my time. Let every part of me carry weight and honor. Let every habit speak of courage. Let every boundary protect what is sacred. Let every decision point back to you. Here I stand, no longer soft, no longer split, no longer waiting. I am yours. My strength is yours. My leadership is yours. My home is yours. My anger is yours. My future is yours. This is the moment it changes entirely. I receive forgiveness. I receive courage. I receive wisdom. I receive discipline, not as ideas, as reality, as the framework of my life, as the armor that will not crack when pressure comes, as the pattern of my days renewed. I renounce the shadow that lingers at the edge of my choices. I renounce the slow drift that steals my resolve. I renounce the thought that I am too far gone. I choose to rise now in full alignment and courage. I choose to remember every word I speak today matters. I choose to hold my tongue when anger misguides. I choose to stand upright when fear whispers. I choose to build a pattern of strength that endures long after feelings fade completely. I stand as a man called to guard, to lead, to serve without noise. My hands are steady, my heart aligned, my voice anchored. This is no performance but a commitment of life, days and nights built into unshakable rhythm of courage. This is my prayer, this is my surrender, this is my step into the call, not just words, not just breath, but covenant, bond, direction, action. It is my decision shaped into reality by every moment that follows it. Amen. You prayed, you surrendered, you put it all down. Now the air is different and the ground beneath your feet feels heavier because it carries weight again, pressing a deeper sense of purpose into every step you take beyond this moment of surrender and clarity. This is where men falter, right here at the edge of resolve. They think the prayer was the finish line, but the prayer was only the ignition, a spark meant to burn on when they walk out the door into life's real weight. A man does not leave prayer and go back to passivity. A man does not step from surrender back into distraction. A man seals what he spoke by the steps that follow him beyond the walls of his own quiet devotion fully lived. You said you would guard, then guard. Start with your own heart, your thoughts, your eyes, your words. Guard what enters your home, your body, your mind. Guard your wife, your children, your brothers. Refuse apology for standing between them and destruction now. That is not oppression. That is protection. That is honor. It is the act of a man who understands his role as a shield, not a tyrant. A man who bears the cost of vigilance rather than the guilt of looking away completely forever. You said you would provide. Then provide, not scraps, not leftovers. Provide your presence, your focus, your energy, your time. Bring more than money. Bring steadiness. Bring example. Let those under your roof feel safe because you refuse collapse. You said you would lead. Then lead. Not as a tyrant. Not as a coward. Lead in silence when others waste words. Lead in sacrifice when others demand comfort. Lead in discipline when others fold under pressure steadily without show. This is not about perfection. This is about direction. Every day you build patterns. Every choice you enforce boundaries. Every hour you set tone. A man is measured by the order he holds and the order he brings into lives around him always. Stop drifting. Stop excusing. Stop delaying. It is not a crown you carry. It is a cross. And the cross does not ask permission. It demands posture. It demands endurance that does not bow to shifting moods or external praise at all. So listen carefully. Your commitments are not theories. They are orders. And a soldier does not argue with orders. He obeys because he knows the mission is larger than his comfort, larger than his feelings, larger than his fears completely now. Your mission is clear. Protect, provide, lead. Guard your inputs, keep your promises, walk into risk first. Refuse shortcuts, refuse soft excuses, refuse the lure of ease. You were made to shoulder weight and to carry it without complaint ever again. When storms press against your house, you are the wall. When fear whispers to your family, you are the shield. When compromise circles your mind, you are the line that does not bend or break. This is your quiet authority embodied daily. Your life is not about ease. It is about weight, and you carry it without apology. You hold it steady when others let it drop. You stand as a living anchor even when no one thanks you, even when no one understands your restraint. Remember this truth. You prayed like a warrior. Now live like one, with calm strength, with steady discipline, with scars that speak louder than words, telling your story without sound, teaching your children what endurance really looks like every day. No theatrics, no hype, no excuses. Only a man who stands, who builds, who protects, who serves. Only a man whose life is not split between promise and action, whose hidden hours match his spoken commitments at every possible moment. That is your post, and no one else can hold it for you. You stand assigned to it without apology. You rise into it without delay. You remain at it without wavering. You build from it without seeking applause or escape ever again. This weight is your calling, not your punishment. This steadiness is your legacy, not your burden. This post is your honor, not your cage. You live it as proof that prayer was not empty, but the spark of a disciplined life restored. Walk forward now. Step into your duties with the same gravity you brought to surrender. Let your feet move where your words already went. Let your decisions shape what your lips declared. And let your life become the echo of your prayer.